Warning: this podcast may contain spoilers from whatever TV show or movie is mentioned. Please listen at your own discretion. Welcome to Viewers Anonymous.
All right, I guess it ain't working. So, welcome to welcome to the pod, man. I'm Scoots Bronson,
and I'm Mr. Foster.
And this is Viewers Anonymous, man. What's going on, Brody?
Oh man, technical difficulties like this bitch.
Big technical difficulties.
Yeah, man. But I'm good, man. I've been working all weekend. You know what I'm saying, getting stuff together, man. I'm gonna be moving here soon, so got the spot and everything. So man, just been getting a lot of shit together, and and then Sunday, it was Easter and everything, so had to get the Easter baskets because what I'm saying, I don't buy Easter baskets because a lot of that shit be bullshit. So what I'm saying, I get the basket, get the little shit to put in it and make it. What I'm saying, I get the stuff that I know they're gonna like. Ain't gonna be a lot of stuff thrown away. They had the whole Easter egg hunt thing. Yo, man, let me tell you something, man. Yo, man, when I tell you the place we went and ate, cause we was at her cousin's house. Listen, my guy, we had chicken from Churches, Bojangles. Then it's a place down here called Spinks. Some chicken from Spinks.
Yeah.
There was so much chicken in that place.
That's crazy.
Hey, man. But then, people had brought some stuff and made some stuff. Like, what I'm saying? There was some fried shrimp, man. Well, I ate good yesterday, but I ate good, man. So we had a good time yesterday, man. But how was your weekend, man?
Man, my weekend was very eventless, man. You know what I'm saying? I spent my Friday, Saturday, and Sunday chilling and catching up on shows and movies and stuff like that. Friday after we got off, I had watched Falcon and the Winter Soldier Fire episode. Then I just went down the rabbit hole watching DC animated movies. Saturday I woke up and played the game for a little bit, found some other movies and stuff to watch. And then Sunday was a great day. My mother-in-law came through, grabbed the kids, took them to church. They had a Easter egg hunt there, and she spent some time with them. My wife was at the house, she cooked. And then I took me a nice little nap, woke up, you know what I'm saying, watched some TV, watched some movies, and then start watching the Titans from DC. It's on HBO Max. So I start watching that. So I'm into that right now. And then once I get done with that, I'm gonna go back and rewatch Doom Patrol because I watched Doom Patrol first, and I'd never seen Titans. So yeah, I'm doing that right now. And then I caught a new show on Amazon Prime called Invincible. It's a animated show about superheroes. It's like The Boys, but the animated version, and it's fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fire. It's real good. It's like they got like the knockoffs of like the DC heroes, some Marvel heroes and stuff like that. But it's good, man. It's one of those shows that when you first watch it, you don't realize just how good it is until like shit get to happening and you was like, oh shit, they doing that. So it was cool, man. Kids got to go Easter egg hunting. They got some money from their uncle. Got to hang out with their grandma. So yeah, it was good. My wife cooked up some you know what I'm saying, big meals. We had some greens and some yams, and we had some salmon. We had some chicken, some turkey burgers. We had a whole bunch of shit, man. Green beans, corn, all that. She whipped up something nice. So it was a good little relaxing weekend.
That's what's up, man. I wish I could say I was relaxing, but I was doing a lot of work Saturday, man. A lot of work. But I mean, I didn't have to do most of it, man, because she did hire like some movie dudes.
Okay.
So like they got the stuff in there, but you know what I'm saying, but we just had to rearrange and set TVs up and unpack boxes and shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? I did find time, man, to see new King Kong joint, even though you said what you said. I still gotta get it in though. You know what I'm saying? I still gotta see for myself.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff going around. Now I did hear something on one show today, which I thought was stupid because like there was a person criticizing it, right? The new King Kong versus Godzilla joint, and they was like, "Yo, it might be the worst movie I ever seen because it was stuff going on, and I didn't know what was going on." And they was like, "Well, did you see the ones before that?" Nah, I ain't seen none of them. Well, that's why you don't know what the fuck going on. Then, like, how you gonna sit there if you never seen? You know what I'm saying, the first Godzilla, the one like 2016 or something like that, and then Skull's Island. And you didn't see the Godzilla Kings of Monsters, then yeah, you wouldn't know what the fuck is going on. So yeah, you wouldn't get it. Yeah, it would be like super stupid to you. But like honestly, man, I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, I thought it was cool. I mean, it helped that I see what was going on. I like how podcasts kept getting thrown out there. That just the word made me feel good. Like every time that you keep saying podcast, I was like, yeah, that's what's up. Put podcasts on the map. Yeah. But honestly though, now me and my youngest son, me and Jacob, we watched it together.
Okay.
And so he asked me before we started. He said, "Dad, who you think gonna win?" I said, "Godzilla, easy." What you mean? he was like, "What you mean?" He's like, "You don't think King Kong got shot?" I said, "Hell no."
Yeah, absolutely.
No shot. I said, "Man, this motherfucker can spit fucking nuclear." Whatever the fuck that shit is, I was like, man, Godzilla gonna whoop his ass. Now, the first time he got his ass whooped wasn't his fault. He was chained up. You know what I'm saying? So he got a good jump on him. And then this motherfucker can't breathe under the water like Godzilla can. So I was like, okay, he took an L, but you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna beat him up for it. But that second time,
yo,
hey, boy, he got mollywopped, boy.
Guys shot that nigga in the back, bro. I said, nigga, this is it. I said, give up. I said, let it go. I said, this is no longer a fight you need to be in. You don't have no power.
Hey, but he whooped his ass. Hey, he killed him. This motherfucker put his foot on his chest. Bruh. Killed my dude King Kong, man. And they had to do a nuclear.
King Kong had an axe, bro, for no reason. That axe didn't fit. That axe didn't do a goddamn thing to Godzilla. He hit that nigga Godzilla in the leg. That nigga looked out like, you son of a bitch. That shit was over with. I'm like, nigga, you can't.
Hey, boy, you gotta stop, but hey, but that shit was so funny. The only reason it became a draw is because the girl finally got in touch with him to tell him that the fake Godzilla was there to fuck everything up. So
man, listen,
then they end up joining
he
the team.
Glad goddamn fake Godzilla came through.
And that fake Godzilla was kicking Godzilla ass though, bro.
You know what I'm saying, nigga, because that fake Godzilla got Godzilla off his ass.
Man.
Shit. That shit was. I mean, it was, for me, it was a good movie. I'm not saying that it was a horrible movie. I was just disappointed in the fight scene, man. Like, the first fight scene was all right, but like you said, he was chained up. He in water. These motherfuckers hopping on ships, knowing good and goddamn well all that shit would have sunk if this motherfucker was really jumping on that shit. But whatever. Like that's the shit. Like it be little shit like that piss me off. Like, I mean, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But he jumping from ship to ship, like that's like jumping on the surfboard. My man, you're not about to keep your balance on those shit like that. Like,
that's mad balance, boy.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
got mad balance.
He was gonna keep his balance on that shit. And then they jumped on the naval base or whatever, and they start fighting on that. And I was just like, man, it's a wrap. And then when he started dragging them down in the water, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. This is it. The movie is over with. And then these motherfuckers want to go bomb Godzilla. I'm like, nigga, you fucked everything up. Shit.
Man. And then we got Paperboy in there.
Yeah.
And then we got Paperboy, man. He the podcaster, conspiracy theorist. It was so funny when he asked dude at the end. He was like, I just want to let you know, man, I do a podcast, man. You mind coming on my podcast? I was like, hey, brother. I said, that's right there.
Shout out to David Tyree Henry, man. He been in some movies lately, bro. He been doing his thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Lakeith Stanfield, they've been really showing out. They've been doing their thing. Coming out of Atlanta. We ain't seen Childish Gambino in a minute, but I'm sure that he's gonna be doing some things. He was on a hot run too. He was in Star Wars and shit. So they've been doing their thing, man. Yeah, they've been doing it.
That's what's up.
That's fire.
Man. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, man, I thought it was cool. But like, if you never seen those other 3 movies, then like you going in, like you don't know who these people are. Mm-hmm. Nothing really makes sense. So. Mm-hmm. I mean, but I thought it was cool though, man. To be able to sit down and watch it with my son because I know, like, I mean, he don't know this, but like, fuck, man, Godzilla and King Kong go back to the 1920s or 1910s. Like, these 2 characters are old as hell. Like they've been making movies about them for a long time. So, just to get him into that, man, I think he liked it. Even though he didn't really know what was going on, he just thought the fight scenes was cool. Yeah. But yeah, man, I just wanted to say something about it. I thought the movie was alright. You know what I'm saying? But man, listen, we in for one today. We've had this on the docket for months, man, but we just kept switching it up, and something always happened. But man, we're gonna try our best to stay on the format. Should we even say what the format is?
Nah.
Okay. But like,
you can't give them the recipe. You can give them the ingredients. You can't never give them the recipe.
Can't give them the recipe. Yeah. You right. But we got one for y'all, man. We haven't done one in a while, man. Even though we find ways to get laughed in on this show, though, man.
Yeah.
And but it's gonna be a lot on this one, man. It was fun watching it over again, man.
Oh, you talking about some memories that popped up watching this shit?
Oh man, I told you, and I got a story too, but it's gonna be so great. But man, what we doing today is Eurotrip, man.
That's right.
And I think Eurotrip get slept on because it seemed like people gravitated to Road Trip.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought Eurotrip was way funnier than Road Trip. That's just my opinion.
Well, you also got to remember, like, this is around the same time, like, Broken Lizard was doing their movies too. So, they had Road Trip that came out, Eurotrip that came out. Super Troopers was out around these times. Man, they had school. Old school. Like, so you got all these, you know what I'm saying, like extra goofy, but like sick, twisted comedy movies that's all like in this same vein, and it's just like they all was coming out like back to back to back to back. Like I remember watching this Super Troopers. I remember watching Road Trip. I remember watching Accepted. I mean, not Accept is Accept. I think it is Accepted.
That was Justin Long and
Tom Green was in it.
I can't remember, but Columbus Short was in it. Columbus Short was one of his friends.
They were in Ithaca, at Ithaca College. Man, listen, all that shit coming out around the same time, bro. You talking about laughing my ass off, bro. That's if anybody was around to see these movies, that's where that term comes from. Laughing my ass off comes from 2004, around like 2003 to like 2007. Them was the best comedy movies. They came out with some wild shit, bro. And this was like the epitome of it. Like this was probably one of the best movies to come out in 2004.
Oh yeah, man. I love this movie. And just one little thing that we did like a couple months ago, because everything will make sense. Like basically, Scotty graduated high school, and when he graduated, and this fucked up the date of his graduation. His girlfriend Fiona breaks up with him and just say, you know what I'm saying, she got tired of cheating on him, all this shit. So
and that ain't even the messed up part.
I know. But we getting there. And like, so the whole thing is he had this pen pal. And so he thought that his pen pal was a dude. And then he told the motherfucker that him and Fiona broke up. And so the girl asked to arrange a meeting. And this motherfucker listened to Cooper, and Cooper told him that it was going to be a dude that wanted to mess with his genitals. And so, so this motherfucker, he sent this bad email, and then she read the email, she blocked his ass. And so it's called Eurotrip because when his little brother was a trip. His little brother was the one.
He was an asshole.
And so he it's like the only way he could get in touch with her is basically to go to Europe. And so then they didn't think he was gonna do it because they said Scotty's so predictable. And so Scotty ended up going over there, but all the events that happened because I would say this. They had to Cooper come up with the idea to get a cheap ticket. He said we'll just be a courier. All we gotta do is drop the package off and then we good. And so they said I think it was London? I think London was first.
London.
So
London
he was like, he said, London is right next door neighbors with Berlin.
Yeah,
like,
it's basically down the street.
Yeah, it's just down the street. And he was
Slide his ass off.
Slide his ass off. So basically, that's how they got there, and they went through a whole bunch of shit. But man, listen, boy, this shit is so fucking funny. Hey, when that motherfucker said, hey, Fiona. So this motherfucker, he leaves the graduation. When he's at the graduation, see Fiona come up, and she's like, he said something about, because they was going to two different colleges. And so he
remember,
was like,
she was still in high school.
Oh, she was still in high school? Oh, okay. And so because he was saying that the college ain't too far. And then she was like, okay, that's cool. She like, you know what? I can't do this. And she was like, I said, I'm just tired of us cheating on each other. He was like, I never cheated on you. And she's like, you're right. You never did. I just can't do it anymore.
And then gave this nigga a Letterman jacket. He was like, it's not even my Letterman.
Hey, and then the motherfucker said, and then his dad taking the picture with him. And he crying. Bro. And then it's fucked up because she gonna pose for the picture while he's crying. And this Fiona.
No, but then this is the best part. This is the best part for the people watching, but the worst part for him. So they go to a graduation party that night. They sitting around, you know what I'm saying? They doing their thing, they chilling, drinking. He done got over it about this time. He, you know what I'm saying, he coping with it around this time. So his best friend Cooper, you know what I'm saying, he walk off like, yo, I'm about to go grab a drink. But Cooper ended up finding out about some little party that they got next door or whatever at the graduation party. So he hop in the motherfucking hot tub. He tricked old girl and taking off her top, talking about you got something on your boob. And he like rub it, it's still there. So he was like, maybe if you take your top off, it's getting in the way. So you take the top off, he rubbed it. He just sitting in the hot tub like, yeah, that's it. That's the one right there. So he get tossed out. He get tossed out of the backyard by the rest of the football guys. So they run into their other best friends, which are supposed to be twins, but they really not. They like what, fraternal twins or something like that. And so Cooper always messing with the girl twin, and he keep calling her like a dude or whatever. She be like, you know I'm a girl. He be like, nah, no, you're not. So they all talking or whatever. They got their drinks. Next thing you know, dude on stage, the band playing on stage, and he was like, yo, he said, I just want to I just want to perform this song about the freakiest little sex muffin that I know. Next thing you know, Fiona just pop up on stage. The band get to playing, and he get going, bro. Scotty doesn't know that Fiona and me do it in my band every Sunday. Listen, when I tell you, me and my brother sung that song for 3 months straight, bro. That song was in my head for 3 months straight. That was probably one of the funniest fucking songs I've ever heard in my life, bro. And he just in the crowd, the whole crowd going crazy. He just in the crowd.
He just drinking.
Fuck this song. Hey, man, that shit is hilarious, bro.
That might be the You know what? I think every rapper sampled that song, man.
But Scotty
That
doesn't
was
know.
the that was the catchiest hook
Man,
ever,
what?
dude. That
Listen,
was the catchiest. Scotty doesn't know, and
yo,
they just keep going. Hey,
funniest shit was when they was over there in Germany and they started playing in the club and they was like, "This song sounds familiar." I said, "Man, get the fuck out of here!" How was that already a hit? This song only been going for a week and that shit was a hit already, bro. That shit was
that
hilarious,
shit was
bro.
a hit, but it was so fucking funny. And then I like when he got home, right? So
Yeah.
he got home from the party, and this motherfucker started. He had to piss. This motherfucker started pissing, and they got the camera going to the bathroom, and the toilet is right in the doorway, and you hear him peeing, and he's on the other side. So this
Bro,
motherfucker pisses, right? Then he goes back. Oh, I didn't flush. This motherfucker go back, flush the damn
flush the
toilet. He didn't
toilet,
even
bro.
pee in the toilet.
That shit was
And then
hilarious.
and then he checked the email and seen that they wanted to arrange a meeting. And this motherfucker said, I don't want you nowhere near my genitals. And so he wakes up in the morning and he's like, I'm never drinking again. And then his brother was in his room and he was like, what you doing in my robe? He was like, gee, I don't know. Somebody pissed all over mine last night. And then he said, man, I'm just reading your emails. Like, why are you reading my emails? And then this motherfucker said, I can't believe that this hot German chick want to meet you. And what you? He's like, no. He said, come here. He showed him a picture, and then he was like, that's Mika, and that's whatever.
No, he said
He was
that
like,
this is Mike and this is his cousin Jan.
yeah. And he was like, he told him that he was an intro to Germany. He was like, even he knew
Yeah,
that Mike was Mika in German
yeah.
and all this type shit. And he was like, you thought it was a dude? And he was like, let me get my camera. And it was like, it was so fucking funny, but and then he spent the whole time trying to figure out what he gonna do. Okay, so it's story time, right? Story time. So
Yeah.
I told this story before, right? So my senior year in high school, right? We had I was the dude who was like, you know what I'm saying? I tried to be cool with everybody, like
Yeah.
the kids that was in the special ed classes. You know what I'm saying? Everything. Like I just like my thing was like it ain't really got nothing to do with like bad karma. It's just more of like it was just this one kid that had Down syndrome named Chase.
Yeah.
Like Chase, like it made his day that like us dudes on the football team spoke to him. You know what I'm saying? Gave him dap, all this little stuff like that. So, you know, I just try to be cool with everybody. So, you know, you have the exchange students. I mean, I don't know if every school do it, but you know, we had some
one.
exchange students.
We had
So
one.
we had a couple. We had like 3 or 4. And so we had one German girl. I won't say her name. but so you know, I used to speak to her and shit. You know what I'm saying? Little that. So I ended up going to this party, and old girl was at the party, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? I'm rapping in the, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, doing a little something. So you know, we make out or whatever, whatnot. And so then, you know what I'm saying? I didn't hear nothing. So then, like, you know, we just started talking a little more. Like, we exchanged numbers and shit. So we talking and all this shit. But I always thought it was cool just to even just conversate with a motherfucker from Germany. Like, right. You know what I'm saying? We got totally different upbringings. Like, you from a whole other country. So I'm just like taking in the experience. And then, of course, you 17, 18 years old, it's crossing your mind. I'm like, shit, but to put a German chick on the resume, that might be a little something.
I know it.
So this is why this didn't happen. So she wanted to meet. She had to go back to Germany. So we had ended up meeting up one day, and I was like, "This is the day." I was like, "I'm smashing tonight," and I could tell. I was like, "Yo." I don't know if this is gonna be a good idea, man. Just something, just epiphany just hit me and said, this ain't gonna be a good idea. And she kept trying to like direct me to places where it'd just be me and her, but I was just going to places where it was people because I was like, I don't think it's gonna be a good idea to smash this girl. So I ended up trying to be the bigger man, and I didn't smash, right? Mm-hmm. So what we ended up doing was I gave her my address. Okay, people, just gotta understand, I graduated in 2004. So, you know what I'm saying? So we actually wrote letters. Motherfuckers wrote letters back in the early 2000s. So
Yeah.
like,
That's when
but she
text
had my
messages
number,
used to come.
but like she had to call me from. But even this though, she had to use a calling card to call me.
Yeah. So
So
that was
that shit, because the international calling shit,
mm-hmm.
exactly. So it was even different then. So that's why we didn't talk that much. So we just kind of kept in touch with letters.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening was we moved, right? So I don't know. Maybe she kept writing me, and I just never got them, right?
Yeah.
So now it's 2000. It's 2006. I'm in college now.
Uh-huh.
So no. I'm lying. I'm skipping. So I'm still no. This was 2005. So 2005. So a whole year go by.
Uh-huh.
I'm at work. You know what I'm saying? Working at Wendy's and whatnot. I get a phone call. And it's a crazy ass number, man. Got letters in it and all types of shit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I answer the shit. It's her. And I got a new cell phone at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how this motherfucker got my number. So I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, you know, it's good to hear from you, but like, how did you get my phone number?
Yeah.
Yo, this motherfucker said she called every foster in the phone book.
Until she got to you.
Until she got my grandma's house.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
That is nuts, my guy. So hey, I'm like, but it's the application, all right. And that's when I knew, like, yo, it was a good idea. I did not do that with this girl. She probably never would have went home. So you
had a acquaintance with a lovely young lady from Germany.
Yes.
Nice.
I did. And then that ain't even the end of it, right? So then she called me to tell me, she was like, yo, I'm coming back to the States. So I'm like, okay. So she tell me when and all this type shit. And I already know, like, yeah, she want that opportunity that we missed out on. So then I do the same thing, dude. Like when she got here, you know what I'm saying? I took her to the moms. You know what I'm saying? We was just going around like we had to eat. Like I would not take her anywhere where it would just be me and her. Cause like I already knew like what she wanted to do. And I was like, I just don't think it'd be a good idea. All right. So she ended up being here for like a week or whatever. We met like maybe 2 or 3 times. So then she goes back. All right. So then I don't hear from this motherfucker again until I'm in college. So she calls me. She's like, yo, I'm back in the States. I was like, oh, yeah? And I was like, well, I'm in West Virginia now. Because like I said, I was in school. And then she's like, where that's at? I'll come to you. I was like, yo. Like, man, it's an 8-hour drive, yo.
What?
I'm like, yo, you good. And so then, man, and I knew, like, if she went through those links to try to find me, to try to get up with me, I was like, yo, it probably was not a good idea not to do it. And the last time I ever seen or heard from this person again, she sent me a friend request on Facebook, like 2006 or 2007, something like that. And man, I had to hit the deny on her, man. But so that's my.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So I had to that man. I had to, man. But that's my one German story there of this German chick. And you want to know the crazy part?
Yeah.
She favors now this girl in the movie now, Mika. You know what I'm saying? She bad.
No, Mika nice.
But yeah, this girl, she wasn't Mika now. But she favored her. Same color hair, eyes, everything. She favored her. She didn't look just like her, but she favored her. But man, I'm telling you, boy. Those boys, them days, but I'm trying to tell you, but those were some crazy days right there, man. Crazy days. Man.
I never
But
I never had a German chick, but I had a nice acquaintance with a lovely young lady named Frida Larson from Sweden. She was a foreign exchange student my senior year. I never tried to hit her, nothing like that. Like, it wasn't nothing like that. She was just real cool, you know what I'm saying? But that's her right there.
Okay.
I think it's, hold on, wait a minute.
I can see it.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I took her to prom. I took her to senior dinner dance and all that kind of stuff. She was real cool. You know what I'm saying? She lived with our English teacher. Like, she was a dope person, man. She was like super, super cool. She used to teach us how to say shit in Swedish and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was just real cool to be around, real cool to talk to. So that's the only, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only person I ever talked or was around that was from like a different country that I really got to hang out with. But she was dope as hell, man. Took her to prom, you know what I'm saying? We had a good time at the prom and shit. We balled out, you know what I'm saying? That's my first time driving back and forth without my mom having to bug me or none of that shit like that. Cause you know what I'm saying? I was driving early, and I ain't had no license. And she was like, well, y'all just go out, y'all just have a good time, just be careful. And I was like, all right, cool. So she let me take the car, man. We took the car. We went everywhere. I got into 2 accidents that night. It was crazy, bro.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't no accident, but like, you know, like little fender bender, shit like that. Nothing that was like obvious, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you had a microscope, you could see a couple of nicks and bruises on the car, but it was just one of them nights we just had a good ass time, man. We went out, we stayed out till like 4 a.m. It was a good ass time.
Yeah, man, that was dope, man. Like dude, it was so wild, man. And like every time I watch Eurotrip, man, it makes me think of that exchange student, man. I don't even want to say a name, man, because I feel like I might get a phone call or some shit, man. Ah, man. So man.
So back to the movie, man. They land in London, you know what I'm saying, after getting the bullshit flight because of Cooper goofy ass. So they get to London, you know what I'm saying? They walk into this bar, bro, and they walk in. Now listen, for a lot of people, right? I'm sorry, they didn't walk to a bar, they walked to a pub. So for a lot of people, when you walk into certain bars and stuff here, you kind of know what bars to, you know what I'm saying, walk into, which ones not to walk into. Because they usually have like certain insignias and signs and stuff like that outside to let you know, like, you can't go here. Well, overseas, it's not like that. Like, when you walk into pubs overseas, like, they might have like flags and stuff hanging down that let you know, like, this is for this group, that group, and the groups are fan clubs of soccer teams. So these fools walk into probably one of the worst fan clubs in all of soccer history, and that's the Manchester United football team. Listen here.
Manchester United.
Bro, you talking about crazy shit, bro? You talking about super crazy. And this is when Manchester was like, this is probably one of their best years. They got a young Wayne Rooney. They got David Beckham. I mean, like, they got stars on this team. They probably one of the best teams in Europe at this time, right? So they walk into it and shit go left ASAP. They sit up there. They walk in there. He about to ask for a beer, though. Everybody in the bar turned around. Like, hey, what the fuck you doing in this bar? So they sitting there. They making shit up like, we just walked in here. We didn't know. He was like, if you in here, you better be a fan of the greatest. He said the greatest fucking football club all in the world. It was like, and that's the Manchester United. He was like, yeah. He was like, we fans from Manchester United in Ohio. He was like, oh yeah. Well, if you the fan, sing the song. And he's, I don't know what the fuck this song is to this day.
Said, my baby takes the morning train.
Hey, bro, to this day, I still can't find that song. So he sung that shit. They out here, and it's so funny because as he's singing it, they handing each other bats and shit. Motherfucker pulling out brass shit. One dude had a chain. The next thing you know, he was like, that was pretty goddamn good. So everybody starts singing. Bro, that shit was so crazy. You talking about probably one of the funniest fucking times in the movie, bro. Like that was one of them times where you for sure thought, like, man, they really about to get their ass beat. The way they set that scene up was so great because it really looked like they was about to get their ass handed to them. And they get to singing and doing all this crazy shit, smacking each other in the head with bottles and shit. These motherfuckers have a great night drinking, wake up on a double-decker bus.
Going to Paris. And these motherfuckers driving on the wrong side of the road.
And the whole time this motherfucker is in the front of the bus. Yeah, come say it to my face. Fuck you, you fucking wank. Get the fuck out the side of the road. You drive like a fucking pansy. Get the fuck out. Bro, that shit was fucking comedy. Like anytime you hear English people cussing, like in they lingo or in they slang or whatever, bro, that shit is comedy. He was sitting next to what is dude's name? Cecil. He was sitting next to Cecil, and he said, "Yeah, she wanted to have a licking and spanking, and she wanted to get on me nose." It was like he said, "Man, you guys have a level of person that we have not reached in America yet." That shit was funny to the motherfucker, man. Then another funny part of this shit, bro, is this motherfucker Cooper. He has a job at a fucking bank. He an intern at a bank at this. No, it was a law firm.
That was a law firm.
Yeah, he was an intern at a law firm. And the whole time he got a phone, they calling him on the phone, and this motherfucker steady lying to his boss. He's like, "Yeah, I'm down in the mailroom, sir. This motherfucker is clearly in London. I'm down in the mailroom, sir. Don't worry about it. I'll send it right up to you. I'll have Harrison get right on it." Man, that shit was crazy, bro. That's probably one of the best parts of that fucking movie. The way, or not the best part, but one of the best intros to a movie as far as like the action getting started. Because there was no way for you to know that shit was gonna end up like that, man. They did a lot of twists and turns in this movie that was great.
And then so they get to Paris, and the twins was in Paris. So they meet up with the twins, and so they sitting there trying to then they end up talking to twins and going to Berlin with them.
Yep.
Yo, listen, these motherfuckers get on the train.
Excuse me. Hey man, shout out to fucking Fred Armisen, bro. Shout out to Fred Armisen. Fred Armisen is one of the most underrated comedic actors, bro. He did a hell of a job on Saturday Night Live. He did a hell of a job in Portlandia, and he killed it in this motherfucking movie.
Listen, this motherfucker sat down. And they tried to scoot over. He's
right next to that motherfucker.
This motherfucker crossed his leg, but he put his leg over his leg.
He looked at him. He said, "Excuse me." That shit was funny as fuck, bro. Hey, that's another thing we was doing too. Between that and singing "Scotty Doesn't Know," anytime you bump into somebody, they excuse me. They was like, "What?" Excuse me. That shit was funny, bro.
The motherfuckers, they tried to get up and jump into the other seat, and my man got stuck. He sat back down. He got closer. Man, I like the part. He put his hand on his knee, and he started moving his knee.
Okay, so basically they get on the train or whatever. This French dude comes in or whatever. This French dude, he comes in or whatever, Parisian. And he sits in between Cooper and the boy twin. I forgot what the boy
Jamie.
Jamie. He's sitting between Cooper and Jamie. So basically, he feeling Jamie. He ain't feeling nobody but Jamie. He know he can get it from Jamie, right? So when they get on the train, they keep going into these tunnels, and as they go into the tunnels, something weird and freaky happen every time they get into the tunnel. So the first time they get into go through the tunnel or whatever, he got his hand on Jamie's knee. So then, you know what I'm saying, he moved Jamie like, "Yo, excuse me." He was like, "Oh, excuse me. So then they go to the next tunnel, and then they go to the next tunnel. Now this is the funniest one. He's giving him a massage, but the face he make, he's like, he said, that motherfucking Jamie said, "Hey man," he said, "Oh, excuse me." He said, "Hey,"
and he keep doing it.
Hey, bro, he massaging this nigga's shoulders, making this stupid ass face. Nigga Jamie like, man, hey, get the fuck off me. He was like, oh, excuse me. And then he started going back again. He like, hey, man, stop. He was like, excuse me. So then he sit there. Now, as they sitting there, every time they get back to sitting the way they sitting, he's scooting closer and closer to Jamie. So Jamie and Cooper get up and try to sit in the other seat. Cooper beat him to it, so Jamie got to sit back down. So then Cooper goes, uh-oh. And Jamie like, what? He was like, you better be in big trouble. He was like, what? He was like, it's a big tunnel coming up. That motherfucker made that motherfucker devilish ass man. Somehow, I don't know what the hell happened. All you hear is, scoozy. So when they finally get into the light, this motherfucker smoking a cigarette with his legs crossed and his pants is off. Man, fucking comedy, bro. Just straight comedy, man. They kicked that motherfucker out that goddamn cart so fast, bro. Let me get the fuck out of here. Bro, that shit was funny, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that shit was so funny. But dude, it does not stop. But
no, it don't.
Then so they go to they stop at Amsterdam. And so Cooper's like, he's all about having crazy European sex. And so he's like, yo, I want to go to this Vander sex place. He's like, who wants to go with me? And Jamie like, I go. He said, so if nobody else said they want to come, I guess I gotta do this by myself. So,
hey, bro, you get the fuck out of Jamie, bro. That's
so damn Jenny. Hey, so then Jenny and Scotty go to this damn. End up going to a bakery. These motherfuckers, they think they had a weed bakery. They in there laughing and all types of shit.
They don't order a whole bunch of brownies thinking that they done got high as a kite. That motherfucker said,
hey.
He said, hey.
Put this up like a white boy.
He said, what are you doing? He said, man, I don't know. You guys gave us a bad batch. I don't know what you guys put in there. He said, hey, there's no weed in the brownies, man. He said, this is a Dutch bakery. He said, oh. He said, get down and put your pants back on, white boy.
Oh, man. So while this is going on, Cooper goes in there and let me tell you, boy. I thought at the time, the first time I saw it, I was like, I said, well, a huge W, boy. I'm like, it's just girls, man, girls everywhere, man. Some of them naked, some of them half naked. I'm like, I'm trying to go to Vander sex.
Man,
what? This motherfucker. Hey, boy, I'm talking about, I was so ready for Vander sex, but until they put him in that room.
No. The funniest part is the lady. She come down. She like, what are you doing? He was like, well, I found a flyer for Vander sex, and I wanted to see. Yeah, he said I wanted to see what's going on. Oh, and they got a free T-shirt. So she was like, oh, he is an American. He it's so sad the way that they treat you. They make you love only one woman for the rest of your life. It was like when you can have all the love in the world. He was like, yeah, I know. He was like, so sad. Pity me. She was like, come on, I will take you by myself. So she take that motherfucker. They laying on the bed shit. Now this is the tricky shit. I had to watch this part twice when I rewatched this. Because I never ever peeped that they was on the bed at first. So I'm thinking that they just sitting on a, you know what I'm saying? Like they just sitting on like a table. No, they was on a bed, but the bed broke down into goddamn sex operation. So they chaining this nigga to the bed or whatever. That's what it looked like at first. They look like they chaining him to the bed. And then they all get off the bed and lift him up. So then he gets lifted, whatever, and so she tell him, she like, yo, you know what I'm saying? If things get too rough, if things get too hard, I'm gonna write this safe word down for you, and you reach down and you say the safe word, we'll stop. So he was like, oh yeah, who needs that? So he just stuffed it in his pocket. So when he stuffed it in his pocket, she called some two dudes out, and these big buff dudes come out with aprons on, and these niggas lift the bed up, and there's all these objects in this goddamn on this shelf under the bed. So She was like, so how do you want to do it or whatever? What do you want to start first? So he was like, I just figured out like something, you know what I'm saying, nice and easy. She was like, oh, so you want it nice and easy. So she just yelled out, like, get the testicle clamps. This nigga got that shit connected to a battery, bro. He was hitting that motherfucker like, bro, that nigga was like, whoa. It was like, whoa, no. He was like, I don't want to do that. Man, she was doing all kinds of shit to this nigga, bro. They gave this nigga testicle clamp. They had the symbol monkey banging on this shit, bro. Like, this nigga was really going through it. So then he reached down in his pocket to try to read the safe word. He don't know German. So this nigga say Flugenkurven or something like that. She was like, what did you just say? He said Flugenkurven. She was like, did you just say Flugenkurven? He said, yeah. She was like, okay, bro, these two niggas come in and they bend the goddamn thing, the chain thing down over the table. Bro, and this nigga came out with this like 2,234 AD weapon, bro, and then it get to moving and shit. They got 3 dildos on it, and that motherfucker opened up and started doing like that. That shit started with bro. That nigga was like, oh no. Man, I'm talking about, man, listen, that had to be the worst experience, bro, ever.
Worst experience, but it ain't even over. We still in Amsterdam. Yeah. Now we got to go to Jamie. Yes. Jamie's like, yo, he's obsessed with this camera. He loves this new camera that he got. The Leica 7.
The Leica 7.
So he goes, he wants it to be clean. He wants new batteries. He wants the film in it, printing out all this type stuff. So man, this is the Amsterdam chick feeling Jamie. You know what I'm saying? She's like, yo, I go on break in 10 minutes. And so you want to meet me, when I go on break. So then they go around to the side of the building, you know what I'm saying, get in front of the dumpster. You know what I'm saying? She started giving my man some brain. And I'm guessing he ain't never got no brain before. Because then the dude come up behind him and go rob him. So this motherfucker got the gun on his head. He's like, I love
no, he had a knife.
You.
He had a knife.
hey, so this motherfucker's like telling him to, give him his wallet. This motherfucker gives him his wallet, passport, all the money.
He said, here. That motherfucker said, here, get away. That shit was
like, yo. So then these motherfuckers all meet up again. You know what I'm saying? Cooper, his ass has been destroyed. He's been violated. So
he got that bandage shirt.
Then he got the bandage shirt up. Hey, and so everybody talking about how bad the night was. And Jamie's like, they're like, what about you, Jamie? He was like, I got robbed. So it was awesome. And so they got to sit there. So they're like, yo, we ain't got no money. What are we gonna do? And so Scotty is fucking Scotty's dedicated. He's like, yo, I'm going to Berlin. I don't give a shit. So these motherfuckers are hitchhiking. So this damn truck pull up.
Oh man.
So some motherfuckers started talking, and they was like, they said that I forget what he was. I can't remember what he was. So I think he was German. And it was like he's German.
No, he was.
So he's talking, and then Scotty. I can't. Well, he was something. So anyway, Scotty's like, "Hello." He's like, "Hello." He's like, "Yeah," like he did something. I was saying was hello. And so then he was like, "Yeah, like we trying to get to Berlin." And he was like, "Berlin?" He was like, he said, this motherfucker said, well, he said it in the other language, but this motherfucker said, I stabbed a woman in Berlin and I would go nowhere near Berlin. And he was like, Berlin, right? He was like, yeah, Berlin. He was like, I'm also wanted for sexual assault. He was like, I'm going. This motherfucker said, I got a sexual assault. He said, I'm going nowhere near Berlin. So then they said, so Berlin. He said, nowhere near Berlin. These motherfuckers get in, think he going to Berlin. And before he pulls off, this motherfucker said, I'll drive this truck off a cliff before I go back to Berlin.
What?
So these motherfuckers driving.
And he was drinking.
And then he's heading towards Berlin. This motherfucker make a whole U-turn and drop their ass off in Mika's spot. Hey, the all-time funniest part when they was like walking through the hood and the dog got a hand, a human hand in his mouth.
No, when that motherfucker came outside,
hey, boy, I thought I was going to die laughing when I saw that dog with the hand in his mouth.
That motherfucker came outside with the bicycle seat. They was like, "Excuse me, do you know where Berlin is?" He was like, "Hey, you guys American." He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "I just seen Miami Vice." He was like, #1 show on late night. He was like, Miami Vice. He was like, that shit was like 30 years old. That shit was bro. That nigga got on the bike and just rolled off. Bro. I was like, man, what? Who the fuck did take out
that motherfucker boy left? No, he didn't roll off yet. He said, that motherfucker, he said, stop, hammer time.
I forgot all about that. Oh, I forgot all about that.
That shit was so fucking funny. And so then,
oh my god.
So then these motherfuckers got like, I think they had $1 and like
they had $1.87
or some shit.
They had
and they was like, what can we do with this? $1.87. These motherfuckers was living like kings for a night. These motherfuckers had lobsters. My girl was getting a pedicure in a tub. My man Cooper gave dude a nickel, and my man said a nickel. He slapped his boss. He said, "I quit. I start my own hotel with this nickel."
He smacked his shit up that man. He backhanded the fuck out.
Hey, boy, that shit.
Oh man.
Oh man. Oh man. So then they ended up. They finally get. These motherfuckers finally get to damn Berlin, and so my dude go to Mika's house, or apartment or whatever.
You skipped the part.
And man, her little brother was in this bitch.
You skipped the part. You forgot.
Hold on, what?
They went to the club that night. So they go to the club, right?
Oh, the absolute.
Yeah, they
Not
go
the
to
absolute,
the
club. The absinthe.
Yeah, so they get drunk on absinthe. So they having a hell of a night. They hallucinating. Scotty talking to a green fairy. It's all kind of crazy shit going on. So then Scotty and Cooper sitting at the table and they watching Jamie kissing on this girl. So he like, man, I can't believe Jamie is just scoring tonight. He just getting with all the chicks. He's like, I just don't get it. What is it about this country that he's just getting all these chicks? And to turn around, this motherfucker is kissing his twin sister. And I mean, they are tonguing. Do you hear me? They are slobbing, bro. And this is twin sister. Dude, they open their eyes and realize, bro, hilarious.
They licking face and everything.
Everything, bro. That shit was crazy.
I mean, but they was getting it in.
That nigga said. That nigga Cooper said.
And then dude, I missed something else too. Because when they got back on the. So then they get on the train, and then Scotty is daydreaming about fucking Mika. Mm-hmm. And then Mika's like he's slobbing her down and everything, and then all of a sudden she started licking the side of his face, and then he wakes up and then he on the train. And dude started licking his face.
He said, "Mia more.
Excuse me.
Mia more." That nigga woke up and said, "Excuse me.
Yo. That motherfucker came back. But yo, hey, but this motherfucker went to Mika's, man, and saw her little brother, man. This motherfucker got a marker. And you know how Hitler had the little mustache joint.
Bro, that nigga gave himself
man, the thing on his face.
Marching,
he started marching like the Germans, bro.
Bro, that nigga Cooper was like, yo. He's
like, yo. Man, boy, that shit
that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. That nigga Cooper was like, man, look at this motherfucker.
Oh, man, that shit was so fucking funny. So Mika had left, and like she went to wherever what is it, the Vatican? Is
Yeah,
that
they
where
went
they
to the
went?
Vatican. Yep.
So they went to the Vatican, and hey, these motherfuckers, they told them that Cooper had
Was slow. That boy was slow. He's sitting there eating ice cream, looking goofy as
hey,
fuck.
he said, "Have a very nice time."
No,
A
he
very
said,
nice
have
boy.
a very
He was like,
special
okay.
day. Have a very special boy. That motherfucker was like, okay, what the fuck, motherfucker? Hey, bro, that was good shit, bro. She got that one off. She got that one off. So, what happened? Oh, Jamie ended up being a
Oh
tour
man,
guide.
boy, this movie is so fucking funny.
Yes, indeed, bro. Jamie ends up being a tour guide in the Vatican. So as they walking up, one of the guards stop them. So they think they done got caught. He was like, "Hey, we got another English speaking group, and they don't have a guide. We was wondering if you could take them." So Jamie like, "Yeah, let's go." So he, you know what I'm saying, Jamie in his element, you know what I'm saying, he giving them all kind of facts. He giving them everything about the Vatican, talking about the Sistine Chapel, talking about the kings and everything that went there. So Cooper and Scotty break off from the group. They go in to find Mika. So somehow they get on Mika's trail or whatever. So they Mika's group go through one door. This fucker Cooper opens up this fucking door that has the rope to the fucking bell that they pull when the goddamn Pope is dead. So Cooper opened it up. He was like, "Man, what does this do?" And he pulls the goddamn rope. So he was like, "I guess didn't nothing happen." So they walk through the other door and they going into the Pope's quarters. So they go in there. So they realize they're in the wrong place. So Scotty like, "Man, I don't think we should be in here." Cooper like, "Man, we can just find a way out. Don't worry about it." So he see the Pope's hat. He put the Pope's hat on. So he was like, "Hey, man, check this out." So Scotty turned around. This motherfucker got the Pope's hat on. He like, "Man," he was like, "Take that off. You're not supposed to wear that." He was like, "That's sacrilegious." He was like, "Man, nobody's going to know." He was like, "Look at me. I'm the Pope." So he started chasing him. He was like, "Oh, the Pope's going to the 10. The Pope's going to the 20. He was like, he shakes and bakes him. Touchdown, Pope. And then he leaned his head back by some candles and set the Pope's hat on fire. So they trying to put the hat out and they throw it into a fireplace. And then the hat catches on fire, but the smoke is white. So the dude outside, like, he hear the bell the first time. He like, "Oh no, the Pope is dead." So he was like, they see this white smoke. They like, "What does the white smoke mean?" He was like, "That means that they found a new Pope." He was like, so, you know what I'm saying, Jamie bringing everybody outside. He like, "Oh man, they just found a new Pope. This is the fastest time in history. It's only been 15 minutes. This motherfucker, Scotty, puts on the hat. He falls into the goddamn curtains, busts through the motherfucking door, turns around with the curtain rod like a staff, and wave his hand, and all of a sudden it looked like he the new Pope.
No, the all time funny though. The funniest part when this motherfucker said when they said, "Oh, this is the fastest time in history," you know, because they said it usually take 15 days.
Yeah.
And then he said, "We could be watching history in the making." And Jenny said, "He said we could be watching an arrest in the making." That shit was so fucking funny.
So Scotty see Mika. He slide down like this flag thing or whatever to get to Mika, tell the story about how he chased her there or whatever. And then they run off and they go into the confession booth. Now, this is one of my favorite parts of the goddamn movie. This is probably, if not the second funniest, maybe the funniest part of the movie. So they go into the confession booth, they making out or whatever, and they basically start boning in the confession booth. So the lady walk in, and she like, "Forgive me, Father, if I have sinned." She said, "It's been 30 days and I have been cheating on my husband." So then she slide the door open, and this motherfucking Scotty ass cheeks is up against the goddamn screen, bro. She said, "Oh my God." And she ran out. Bro, when I tell you, man, that shit had me crying,
this movie
bro.
is so fucking funny.
That shit had me fucking crying, bro. Oh man. That shit was so good, bro. That shit was funny as fuck. She said, "Forgive me, Father, 5 shit." She said, "It's been 30 days. I've been cheating on my husband."
But what
Oh shit.
Oh man. Goodness. So they ended up, I mean, you know, you had the happy ending, like they get back. Jenny, well, it was like they was sitting there and Jenny was like, man, she was like, I just wanted to have some crazy European sex. And then like that was the first, well, actually, it was the second time. Because we did skip a part.
Yeah.
They wanted to go to a nude beach.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And this motherfucker, cause Jamie wanted to go to some kind of thing, some kind of captain shit. And so he was reading this tour guide the whole time. They was using this tour guide. And they were like, nah, let's go to the nude beach. So they go to the nude beach. And it was so funny because they were like, all right, in 3, because Jamie was like, I'm not taking my trunks off. He was like, Jamie, you know, have some fun or whatever, whatnot. He said, y'all, he said, yo, we're going to do it on 3. He said, we're going to do it on 3. He said, 1, 2, 3. And Jamie was the other one with his pants down. He said, I see your wiener.
Hey, bro, this movie is fucking stupid, bro.
And then they fucking pull their pants down for real. And these motherfuckers go over that hill. Man, it ain't nothing but dicks out there.
Bro, ain't nothing but dudes.
Nothing but dudes, but it was like the official picture of a sausage party. Like this is what a real sausage party looked like. So then they ended up Jenny had came. She was like, well, y'all didn't wait on me, all this type of shit. And they was like, nah. And then they told her, oh, you ain't missing nothing but dudes. And she was like, I'm a girl. And so she goes to take her damn shirt off. And Jamie knew right off the rip. No, man, she took her damn thing off. And see, Cooper, that was the first time Cooper really looked at him. Was like,
that was the second time.
Like,
that was the second time.
Right. But boy, hey, boy, these mother. Oh yeah, she was getting a drink, and he's like, "Who's that?" He said, "European ass," and it ended up being her. And so these motherfuckers, and then they said, one girl. So these dudes are mesmerized because there's one girl out there, and so then these motherfuckers take off running. Jamie falls, and he was like, "Guys." He said, don't save me. Fend for yourself. These motherfuckers took out his sister, took off and everything. They left his ass.
Left that nigga hanging.
Oh, man. But I bring that up to say, so she said, I left him hanging. So she was like, I wanted to have some European crazy sex or whatever. And then Cooper looked at her like, oh, shit. Like, really? And so they ended up, you know what I'm saying, on the way back. You know what I'm saying? He ended up smashing on the plane. He was like, this still count as Europe, right? So then they ended up becoming a couple in college. And then Scotty, waiting to see his roommate, he opened the door, and there goes Mika. And then it's like, damn. What was so funny was at the end, the damn fairy comes back. It was like another fucking happy ending. This motherfucker hit a D end and took off. That shit was hilarious, boy. This movie is so fucking underrated, dude. It is like so under the radar, man.
Yes.
I don't know why, but it is fucking hilarious, man.
Man, hilarious. Listen, this was probably,
and nobody talked about how these motherfuckers just pick up and just go to Europe
at all, bro. Like the mom was like, where's Scotty? She said the dad was like, Cooper said they going camping, and then she was like, where's I forgot what the little brother name is. She was like, what's his name? He was like, how the fuck should I know? Hey, bro. I'm like, man, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like,
man.
This movie was so funny. My whole thing was throughout the whole movie, though, bro. How the fuck did these motherfuckers have enough money to be able to do everything that they was doing. Now I know Cooper had a job, but it just didn't seem like Cooper was getting paid that much. So I don't know how they even had the money to be able to start off doing this shit to begin with, bro. But you talking about fucking comedy, bro. You talking about just constant laughs. This is one of those movies where you're just gonna constantly laugh.
Now, I will say this before we get to the Fireflies. Like, now they did fly to Europe as being couriers, so they can get cheaper tickets. So they did do that. So that's one thing. But the other thing is the fact of how the fuck did they get the passports and shit to get back?
Exactly. Well, remember they sold.
They never explained how the fuck they got their damn passports. How they was able to fly back. Oh, that is right. You're right. I forgot about that. He did sell it like it.
Yeah.
Oh man, we forgot about the robot fight. Oh man, the robot fight was funny.
Yo, you talking about a great moment in comedy history, bro? That shit was good. That motherfucker was fighting and shit. So Scotty, they standing in the line to go to the Louvre. So they far back, like the line is long as fuck. It's like down the street, around the corner, and around that corner. So they standing in the line or whatever. They all making fun of Jamie because it was Jamie's idea to go to the Louvre or whatever. So as they standing there, it's a dude that's supposed to be a robot. He done painted himself silver. He got on like this silver swimming cap. He got on a black tank top and shit. So he's supposed to be a robot making all the sounds. So Cooper was like, man, this dude is irritating, man. I don't like this dude. So then Scotty started doing the sounds and doing the robot shit too. So he was like, what? He was like, what's wrong, Cooper? He was like, you don't like the robot? So he started acting like the robot and shit. These motherfuckers start fighting and shit. They making all the noises. So then that motherfucker Scotty, bro, he kicked that nigga in the motherfucking nuts and that motherfucker fell down. But he never broke character. Right before they left, that motherfucker was like, Eder. Hey, bro, the time a robot, bro. He never broke character. That shit had man. That motherfucker never broke character, bro. That shit was funny as fuck, man.
Yo, boy, this shit was so fucking funny.
That shit was good shit.
Man. Very, very underrated movie, man.
Yeah. So you
ready to get into the Fire Flames?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's do it, man.
Let's do it.
All right.
Yoga fire. Yoga flame.
All right, man. So, you know what I'm saying? It's Fire Flame time as usual, you know what I'm saying? Where we rate, you know what I'm saying, this movie by the Fire Flame emoji. It's on a scale from a 1 to a 5, and we got the halves in there as well. So, you can go ahead and start this joint off. I think I know where I am going to go with this one.
You know what I'm saying? We just went over the whole thing, man. There's just a whole bunch of comedic moments. My rating is going to be strictly off of like comedy, because you remember how I told you, like, even if I do like a list, like I don't put comedy movies in it. I give comedy its own thing. Yeah. So honestly, man, I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna give it a 4.5, man. This movie was completely hilarious. It still holds up. Now, this is the comedy rating. This ain't no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this ain't no Zodiac or some shit. But like, as far as comedy wise, man, I think it still holds up to this day. I mean, I probably haven't watched this movie in like 5 years, and it's still funny. Like, it is still funny. It still got very comedic moments, and like, I genuinely enjoyed it, man. Still to this day, man. So I'm gonna give it a 4.5.
All right, man. So for me, I usually, anytime I see a movie like this is right up my alley. So, you know what I'm saying? I give it, or I critique it on, you know what I'm saying, the laughs. I critique it on the moments, the comedy moments. I critique it on, you know what I'm saying, like the subliminal comedy that they do as well. So this is one of those movies that had it all. It had, you know what I'm saying, hella laughs in it. It was probably not one or two scenes that you didn't laugh at. So I mean, like the not laughing is probably not possible during this movie. And it was a constant flow of laughs. They knew how to, you know what I'm saying, put in those parts where you can kind of pay attention to the story, but you still gonna get a good laugh here and there. And then, you know what I'm saying, those subliminal jokes that they put in, like, you know what I'm saying, the dude touching on the knee and the scoozy and the, you know what I'm saying, him fighting the robot. You know what I'm saying? They fake getting high at the, you know what I'm saying, at the Dutch bakery ran by Jamaicans, you know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Like who the fuck would think that a Dutch bakery was gonna be ran by Jamaicans? So little shit like that just make you laugh and make you think little, you know what I'm saying, like little tiny subtle hints. So for me, I'm gonna have to roll with you, man. I'm gonna say a 4.5, bro. This was a great movie. It was casted well, and I mean, you once you hear Scotty doesn't know, it's just stuck in your head.
Scotty doesn't know, boy. And it was so funny. And then at the end, when wait a minute, am I tripping? Didn't Cooper ringtone when the Scotty doesn't know at the end? Yep. He was in college.
Yep.
No, that was no. As a matter of fact, no, it was before then. It was when they was at the airport, and his boss and his boss called him, and he was like, "Sir, I don't think that's necessary." He was like, "Well, if you think so, that's fine." And they was like, "Well, he couldn't pull it off." He was like, "No." He was like, "They fired the other dude. I got promoted."
They fired Harrison. I got promoted. Yeah, that shit was funny as fuck.
Oh man, that's funny as fuck, man. Oh man, coming soon, man. What you got, man? What you got? What you feeling?
We coming back this Friday, episode 8 of Snowfall. It's been a crazy season. You know what I'm saying? We was making some predictions and we got a few of them right. So far, so good. You know what I'm saying? If y'all been watching every Friday, y'all know that we do Snowfall only. 3 episodes left, man. 3 episodes left. What you thinking?
Man, I mean, I pretty much gave you all the sauce, man. At the end of the last episode, I don't know when it's gonna be, but you know, one of my predictions, I kind of stole it from you, but I think that if not this next episode, it could be the one after that. I think that Mel is gonna pop up. She's gonna run into Wanda, and I think that they are gonna be the ones to uncover this Irene thing, man.
Yeah,
I think that because it just don't make sense to show her the first episode, and we are going into episode 8. Like they have to tie that in somehow. I'm still waiting on them to tie that in. So I'm waiting to see that, man. I think that that's going to be one of those moments. And no, you know what? That's your take. I ain't gonna steal that. I was about to say Alton about to fall off the wagon, but
yeah, man, that was me, man. I felt like Alton was gonna go back to, you know what I'm saying, breaking that sobriety. And I think that Irene is gonna, you know what I'm saying, finally get that chopping block. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna take her out. So that's what I'm aiming for. That's what I'm hoping for. I can't wait for them to take her out. I actually, you know what I'm saying, been hearing a lot more people say that they don't like the Irene character. So I'm feeling good about my stance on this. It's been a lot of people saying that they ready for her to die too. So I'm excited.
Well, you know what? I give you this though. I give you this. I'm now, because of what happened in the last episode, when she had the conversation with her ex.
Yeah.
Now that I see that her motivation might be another thing, I'm not so quick to see her die now.
I am, because she using somebody else to get it done.
She is. But my thing is, I was upset with her in the beginning because I was thinking that she wanted to take Saint down. Well, Franklin down.
Mm-hmm.
But now that I see that her focus is the government, it's like, okay, but at the same time, at the expense to get this out, she's gonna damage other people's lives just to get
Exactly.
what she wants. So I'm still in the middle, but it's like I'm not as excited about seeing her death as I was in the beginning.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? That's if y'all like what y'all just heard, man. This Friday, get ready. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot more of that to come. Every Friday for the whole season 4, we've been doing snowfall recaps. So if you guys have missed something in, I don't know, maybe a couple past episodes, go back and listen to those past episodes that we did. You might catch something. You might have to want to rewatch it. I don't know. You might even catch up if you ain't caught up yet. So with that being said, man, it's been a good episode. I felt good about this one, man. We got to I don't know if they're gonna be able to understand a lot of stuff we were saying because we was laughing through it, but it was a good episode. Episode, man. But you guys can follow me on Twitter at Scoots Bronson. You can also follow me on Instagram at Scoots Bronson _TV. And if you watching on YouTube, you already know Scoots Bronson TV. If you listen on the whatever podcast platform that you're listening to, you can watch us every Tuesday and every Friday on YouTube, like I said, at Scoots Bronson TV. So excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Feel free to go there, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also hit that like button on the video if you're watching it. We definitely appreciate that. And if you're on Facebook, man, go to the Viewers Anonymous Podcast Watch Group. That's the VA Podcast Watch Group. Is the community is growing. We loving it. You know what I'm saying? That's where you can go and get all the information there. If you want to see the YouTube video, if you want to find out what podcast platform to listen to this on, if you want to listen to it while you're at work or whatever, feel free to go to the VA Podcast Watch Group. And that's also where we got our other podcast information as well. And speaking of that, I got a new episode of 15 Minutes of Fame coming this week. So you guys be ready. If you haven't subscribed to the 15 Minutes of Fame podcast, search for it, find it, hit that subscribe button. This next episode is going to be great.
Yes, sir, man. It is, man. I was able to listen back to the other one, man. It was so dope. I ain't gonna lie, man. We dope. Yeah, motherfuckers get to hear us. But yeah, man. Nothing new at this point, man. But still, go check out the Stolen Time podcast, all major platforms. Just try to omit Apple Podcasts though, if you can. Also 28 minutes or less, all major platforms. You want the visuals? It's on YouTube under the Stolen Time Podcast Network. You can follow the Stolen Time Podcast on Facebook, the Stolen Time Pod on Instagram, and Stop Foster 8 on Instagram and Twitter.
For sure, man. And as usual, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We see you guys Friday. So, you know what I'm saying? Watch Snowfall. Make sure you get a chance to. You'll be able to watch it Wednesday, Thursday. And if you work third shift, you'll be able to catch it Friday as well before we get started. So, you know what I'm saying? Watch it. Come listen to us. Come chat it up with us. You know what I'm saying? You can always chat on the live stream as we get in our podcasting on. So, you know, that'll be fun to do. And see you guys then, man. With that being said, like they say in Hollywood, that's a wrap.
Cut.